Star Wars Battlefront 2 is the newest action shooter in a galaxy far, far away from EA and developed by Swedish game developer DICE. The original Star Wars Battlefront from 2015 left many players wanting more, and in many ways Battlefront 2 is directly addressing fans' most common criticisms. This time around, you'll have the pleasure of battling it out in online and offline multi-stage fights against the opposing factions within all three Star Wars eras across 11 different planets that will be expanded in future free DLC patches. As of right now, planets like Geonosis and heroes such as Obi-Wan Kenobi and General Grievous are believed to be in the works, and just like its predecessor, Battlefront 2 is crammed with Star Wars nostalgia. As we saw in the original, however, nostalgia can only get you so far if the gameplay isn't there to back it up. Battlefront's single-player campaign was a surprising inclusion this time around, and I was happy to see unique gameplay that's only available within the campaign. The story itself is a little bit too cliché for my taste. You play as Iden Versio, the leader of the Empire's Inferno Squad, immediately after the death of the Emperor in Episode 6. Interspersed within the campaign are several missions that utilize classic heroes like Luke Skywalker and Lando Calrissian. Characters struggle to resist the temptations of the dark side, just like in every Star Wars conflict, and it concludes with Iden Versio in a dramatic kiss with her new lover and former longtime friend. A handful of missions are highlights like infiltrating a weapons cache and escaping in the Imperial base, but the clear focus of the developers was the online multiplayer. I found the two biggest improvements over the 2015 Star Wars Battlefront was the use of trooper specialization classes that were replaced with create your own character build that allowed players to jetpack atop otherwise inaccessible areas to cherry pick their enemies with long-range rifles, and the open-style maps that had limited cover to make things worse. It was like mowing down fish in an oversized barrel.
Holy shit, man! Did you see the look on that guy? I'm shot first, my The is wrong with it?
The new map design allows for pinch points and architecture to allow for rich and constantly evolving gameplay. Each battle feels more genuine this time around, with clear objectives pushing you forward. Its multiplayer experience offers something for casual and hardcore gamers, whether it's 20 vs 20 or 8 vs 8 objective-based scenarios, heroes vs villains, or Blast, a close quarters form of deathmatch. Even the offline modes were improved with customized matches allowing single-player, co-op, and versus battles similar to Pandemic Studios' series from 2004 and its sequel in 2005. Cater matches to your liking with adjustable player count, enemy types and difficulty, as well as player health. If that isn't enough, you can also try your hand at scenario missions that scale in difficulty. Couple all this with the robust character class customizations, and Star Wars Battlefront is a title that will keep you busy for a long while. Now players will have to use strategy to pick the right class for the job, and the maps have cover to keep yourself out of sight. It's a much more level playing field with overall balance well thought out.
Ow! That really hurt! Oh!
Though there are some kinks that still need to be worked out, for the most part, Battlefront 2 is much deeper character and weapon dynamics than ever before. You'll use star cards to swap out abilities as well as improve upon existing ones. The primary classes that are available are Assault, Heavy, Officers, and Specialists. Depending on how many points you achieve during each match, you can unlock stronger classes, heroes and villains, or the various vehicle types. Each class can be built to your own personal playstyle by leveling up your favorite techniques, acquiring new star cards, and crafting extensions for your weaponry. Currently, the most controversial part of character progression is in the method of acquiring the star cards, through the ever-popular loot crates. Loot crates are included in Battlefront 2's character progression in the form of microtransactions that are similar to those found in free-to-play mobile games. You can use two different kinds of in-game currency called credits and crystals. Crystals, however, are almost exclusively acquired through relinquishing your wallet. You'll purchase these crates to receive randomized rewards such as new star cards and emotes. Credits can be rewarded through accomplishing milestones within the game, completing matches, and opening crates. Some calculations of the first build of this system have estimated it would have taken 6 years of playing 2 hours a day to achieve 100% of the features without breaking out the credit card, while paying for everything would have cost over $2,000.
It's a trap!
Though emotes are an acceptable form of randomized loot, when these transactions involve character progression, it quite literally becomes a pay to gain a competitive advantage over other players. Personally, I'm not susceptible to this form of corporate manipulation, but I worry about children that don't quite understand the value of a dollar, or people with addictive personalities and can't resist this gambling-style transaction. Paying a premium price of $60 could possibly not be enough for developers to fund their production, and if that's the case, let's have a discussion. But now that the Belgian Gaming Commission has opened an investigation into the loot box reward system at Battlefront 2, as well as other games with similar mentalities, it's clear that this is not just gamers complaining about spending more money. Unfortunately, this pay-to-win system has rightfully outraged critics and fans alike, so much so that it's overshadowed some fairly compelling and enjoyable gameplay. Star Wars Battlefront 2 has fulfilled all the promises its predecessor did not. A single-player campaign, offline battles, space battles, in-depth class systems, all three Star Wars eras are playable, more classic characters, more vehicles, and more planets in general. As of right now, most likely because of the investigation, EA has removed all microtransactions from the game, but has stated that they will return after they are adjusted. As far as the gameplay is considered, Star Wars Battlefront is easily worth purchasing the title, and only the title. But if this abhorrent economy has understandably turned you off to the idea of supporting EA in any way, keep your ears to the ground, and when EA reveals their new system, if it's purely cosmetic, consider a buy. Because like our household pets, though we condone bad behavior, we should also reward the good. The game itself only has a minor blemish of a lackluster campaign, accompanied by an otherwise highly enjoyable online and offline experience. A Star Wars Battlefront without microtransactions easily earns an 8 out of 10.
If I die here, I'm glad you will too.
Well, thank you, buddy.
See? I told you it would be fine.
Now, don't worry. This video's over, but there's more where that came from. Just check out these. They're right here. They're loaded up for you. You're gonna like them. Well, hopefully. Maybe.